Hey, all right. Well, this is the FIFA Cup, or FIFA World Cup, day 3, 2010 edition. Yeah. Well, 3 games yesterday. We had uh, Slovenia against Algeria, Australia versus the Germans, and Ghana versus Serbia. First one we'll go with be described as a slight upset with Slovenia edging out Algeria 1-0. I used nil, not 0, Um, Now it took 79 minutes for Slovenia's Robert Koren to hit a shot from downtown. What I mean by that is he hit this ball. It looked like he was at least 30, 25 yards or 30 meters out, 30 meters, 35 yards out. It was a ways, man. And he hammered it, and it flew in, and it actually went off of Algeria's goalie, Falzi Jauchi. Kauchi? Yeah, that's close, man. And Coach Zidane there was making references to the flight of the ball and how hard it was to actually judge the ball once it's kicked. And it's like everybody's got to deal with it. It's not like it's a special thing, Like, sorry, you're stuck with a ball of suck and they get to use their favorite ball. Everybody's has to deal with it. So, and then they were talking about the turf and they didn't like the issues there. And apparently a lot of European countries now are using the artificial turf and stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, everybody plays on it. It's the same surface. So, with that, it was the first World Cup victory for Slovenia. They are now the leaders of Group C. They got the 3 points. U.S. and England there are down with the 1 points, and Algeria will be going against England, and Slovenia will be facing the United States. So we'll see how that goes. Now the shots on goal, there wasn't. It was very low. It was very low contested. Algeria had 10, Slovenia had 7. Not a lot to go off of on this game. It was mostly a defensive battle, obviously, by the shots on goal and the way everything went on. On to the second game. In an even bigger upset, Ghana took down Serbia. And this was on a penalty kick in the 84th minute. That was by Asamoah Gyan. And they did that, and they went on to win 1-0 in a game that was marred by penalties. I mean, there were 5 yellow cards, and then there was an ejection by Kuzmanovic, who wound up getting ejected, so he will not be in the game for Algeria against England. Now, he's a sub, so don't know how bad that's going to hurt him, but still, when you're down those guys, it doesn't help you at all. It led to the penalty kick, obviously, and it was due to him arguing the call. He did a handball. They argued, they talked about it, and he was out. Now it was close. Serbia had 14 shots and Ghana had 15 on goal, so they were fairly active. It was fairly close in that aspect. And I even believe their time of possession was exactly the same, 50-50. So highly contested, and all it takes is that bonehead play. All it takes is that one little thing. And from what I'm gathering and what I'm finding out about this tournament is that that's all it takes is that little mistake, because a lot of the teams, even though there's difference in ratings, it's close enough, and if you play the right game, unlike what Vernine did for Australia, if you play the right game, you can make it close and come out with a draw. But that one mistake, one goal is hard to make up. Now, going into the last game, which was arguably the highest scoring game of the tournament so far, or the cup, I should say, was the Germans dismantling Australia. Now, with this, it doesn't help when one of your main guys, Cahill from Australia, decides he's going to just lose his mind and get ejected in the 56th minute. Now, by then, they were already down 2-0 in that. And Podolski, he slipped and juked and got a shot in on goal from some great passes. They went back and forth. This was a very fit, very fast, very together German team. All the young guys seemed to mesh well with the older guys, and they were pulling it off very nicely there. And that was a goal in the ninth. And then Klose comes in and he hammers, heads in another one. And this was his 11th goal in the World Cup, which tied one of the dudes. I don't know who tied him. But it was his 11th goal in World Cup, so that was a big one, and that was in the 26th minute. Mueller, this is after Cahill already said, you know what, I don't want to play. Nah, I don't want to play against Ghana. I'm going to sit that one out. You know, so, but in the 67th minute there, Mueller, he pulled it back and then he fired one in there and got that goal. But they were playing a man down, so it was kind of hard. And then Cacao comes in what seems like, and it seemed like he just subbed in for close. He'd only been in there for, I don't know, it seemed like seconds. And there he comes, they break it in, they pass back and forth. Cacao fires one in, bings it off the post, hits a poster, and they wind up finishing up at 4-0. Wait, what was that? Huh? This just in, the Australians have switched their goalie, Schwarzer, in for a Kangaroo. Yeah, that just happened. All right, well, hey, I hope you enjoyed these updates there. And obviously, Germany outshot them 17-11 on the shots on goal. It was, Cahill gone with the red card. Next up is Australia versus Ghana. And Serbia gets to take on Germany, which seems like it is healthy and peaking at the right time. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, it was impressive from what I saw. By far the most impressive team so far in the games. Of course, Italy is yet to play. So we'll see how that goes, all right? Well, hey, this is Bigragu. I'm out.